All right, so the AI revolution is officially here, and it feels like every company on the planet is in a mad dash to get ahead. But there's this huge, invisible problem that's tripping up even the biggest players. Today, we're going to break down the hidden crisis that could derail the entire AI boom, a fundamental lack of trust in the very data that fuels it. Let's get into it. So, just how big is this AI boom really? Well, it's not just a slow and steady climb. We're talking about a full-on explosion. The speed of adoption has honestly taken pretty much everyone by surprise, and it's creating this sense of urgency in boardrooms everywhere. Get this, almost 70% of large companies are now using generative AI. That is a massive leap from less than 50% just a year ago. It feels like a modern-day gold rush, right? Everyone is frantically digging for digital gold, building new tools at a totally breakneck pace. And in the middle of this gold rush, there's a new, even more powerful tool appearing on the horizon, Agentic AI. This is being hailed as the next frontier, the technology that promises to change the game completely. But what exactly is it? Okay, so here's the simple version. Agentic AI doesn't just sit around waiting for you to give it a command. Nope. It takes initiative, it can handle complicated, multi-step projects completely on its own, all to achieve a specific goal. Think of it less like a tool and more like an autonomous teammate. And listen, this isn't some far-off science fiction fantasy. Nearly half of all companies have already put Agentic AI to work. And another third, they're rushing to catch up within the next year. The adoption curve for this advanced technology is incredibly steep. But here's where we hit a snag, a big one. In their massive hurry to build these incredible AI systems, companies are slamming into a foundational problem, one that threatens to bring the whole effort crashing right down. Let's use an analogy here. If your AI is a skyscraper, then your data is the foundation it's built on. And it really doesn't matter how impressive or shiny that skyscraper is if it's built on shaky, cracked ground. A weak foundation means the whole structure is at risk of collapse. So when leaders are asked what's keeping them up at night, the answers are really telling. The top challenge for a full half of them is data quality. We're talking incorrect, outdated, or just plain biased information being fed into these powerful systems. Close behind are serious security concerns and a simple lack of in-house expertise. You see, it all comes back to that shaky foundation. And this goes way beyond just a few technical glitches. It's a full-blown crisis of governance. A shocking 76%, that's more than 3 out of 4. Data leaders admit their company's rulebook for handling data just hasn't kept up with AI's rapid growth. They're basically trying to build a spaceship using the blueprints for a car. But this is where things get really complex. Because when we look at the human side of the equation, how people actually perceive their data, a truly dangerous paradox starts to emerge. So at first glance, everything seems totally fine. And companies already deploying agentic AI, nearly 3/4 of the leaders say their teams have a high level of trust in the data they use. There's a lot of confidence in the system. But that raises a pretty critical question, doesn't it? Is all that confidence actually justified? I mean, really, should they be trusting the data so completely? And here it is. This is the heart of the paradox. On one side, you have employees who are incredibly confident in their data. On the other, you have the chief data officers, the people who know best, and they are sounding the alarm. They're saying their teams just don't have the skills to tell good data from bad. It's a really dangerous case of misplaced confidence. The numbers here are startling. 3 out of 4 data leaders say their teams need more training in data literacy, just the basic ability to understand data. And another 3 out of 4 say their teams need more training in AI literacy, which is knowing how these complex models actually operate. This massive knowledge gap turns that high employee trust into a huge hidden liability. So, with a cracked foundation and a dangerously confident workforce, what's the game plan? How are leaders actually tackling this problem head-on? Well, the good news is that leaders are taking action. A massive 86% of chief data officers are planning to boost their investment in data management with the specific goal of solidifying their AI foundations before they build any higher. And they're following a really clear 3-step playbook. First, they're focused on security, improving data privacy to protect their most valuable asset. Second, it's about governance, creating a modern rulebook for how data and AI are used. And third, they're investing in people, upskilling the workforce to close that dangerous literacy gap. It's a direct counterattack on the main challenges. So what does all of this mean for the future of AI? From the explosive growth to the dangerous paradox, it all points to one single, powerful conclusion. It really comes down to this. For any company to succeed with this next wave of AI, trust isn't optional. It can't be an afterthought. It has to be the number one core value, the absolute bedrock of the entire organization. This requires a major shift in our thinking. The AI race won't be won by the company with the flashiest algorithm or the most powerful computer. Instead, the victors are going to be the ones who master the fundamentals. Success in the age of agentic AI will be built on three pillars: rock-solid, reliable data, strong, clear governance, and an educated workforce that's capable of wielding these powerful new tools responsibly. Which leaves us with one final, crucial question to consider. As organizations everywhere rush to build their AI skyscrapers, it's worth asking, is that tower being built on a foundation of solid rock, or is it all resting on a foundation of sand?